Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Julie and today you are joining me on a brand new video. It is the much anticipated, long awaited dining room makeover. We are currently sitting in my dining room and I cannot wait to show you the before, the after, everything in between. So if you're looking for some creative solutions to refresh your dining room this year, this video is for you. This video would not be made possible without today's sponsor, Rove Concepts. Rove Concepts is a luxury furniture brand based in Canada, but they design all of their furniture here in Los Angeles. I have been a huge fan of Rove Concepts for a very long time. One look at their online showroom and you will see why. Their furniture is really beautifully designed. It has a lot of Italian minimal influences. You'll see really modern lines, beautiful handcrafted furniture in a variety of amazing materials. They have showrooms in LA, Miami, Toronto, and Vancouver, but if one of their showrooms isn't local to you, you can also visit their website. Their online website experience is absolutely spectacular. They have an AR 3D planner to help you visualize the furniture in your space. They have a virtual reality experience. The host program is so cool. You have the opportunity to get real insights from real customers. If you have a question about a particular project that you're interested in, or you're wondering if a sofa is going to look good in your living room, how is the material going to hold up in a household with kids, with pets, you want to know if your dining chair is going to look good with that particular table, or you really just want to get real life feedback, you can actually hook up with a real customer and connect virtually, which is really unheard of for a luxury furniture brand. Before we get into all of the details on my dining room transformation, let's talk about what it looked like before. When I first purchased this home, there was a pony wall that separated the dining room to another open plan space. The previous homeowners were a small family of 4, so they only had a small dining table that pretty much fit 4 to 6 people in this dining space. You can see that the dining room was a little cramped and separated by this single wall, and on the other side of the wall, they had a makeshift kind of home office library area. I knew one of the first things I was going to do was demo this entire wall. It just really didn't make sense for me. Even though it was just my husband and I living in the home at that time, I mean, really, there's just 2 of us. I know what my lifestyle is like. We entertain a whole lot, so I knew that I needed a really huge dining area, a really huge dining table that could fit around 8 to 12 people on a daily basis. Even though we're not entertaining every single day, I just need a really huge work surface so that I could also lay out all of my client projects, my samples, pretty much corral everything I also need for work, because my dining room is also a multifunctional space. So you really have to think about how your dining room functions, what you need for your family, what you need for yourself, and really specify a dining table large enough to suit a variety of needs. Once we knocked down the walls, I found a table off of Craigslist, and I really love that table, but it served its purpose, it did its time, and I was ready for something new. Enter the Austin table from Rove Concepts. This table answered all of my dreams, really. I had a really huge wish list for my dream dining table. I needed something really supersized, at least 10 feet long. I wanted to be able to reuse my old sofa on the main dining room wall, and I wanted to flank the entire oval dining table with at least 6 chairs. I wanted something oval and really round in shape, especially with young kids and toddlers running around the house. I didn't want anyone to have any accidents and bump up into the table. The Austin table from Rove Concepts answered all of my dreams and then some. It features an alabaster matte lacquer top that's so easy to clean and wipe down, a really beautiful beveled edge that makes it look slim and sleek, a concrete timbre base with fluted detailing. The color, the details, and the finishing on this table make it look so much lighter than it really is. It's available in 2 sizes. It comes in a 96 inch, which is the standard 8 feet, and 120 inches, which is the 10 feet table that I've been dreaming of. I am absolutely obsessed with the contemporary shape and the soft tones of this Austin table. The table is warm, it's refined, it's elegant, it's so sophisticated, and it really looks luxurious in my space. But what good is a brand new dining table if you can't find the perfect chairs to match with it? I was browsing through Rove Concepts' website looking for the perfect dining chairs when I came across the Aubrey armchair. The Aubrey armchair is inspired by sophisticated Italian design, and it is so modern and chic. It has a curved body and back. It's made out of solid ash wood frame in a walnut stain. It has padded seats with high density foam cushioning and is stylishly made with vegan leather upholstery. Rove Concepts offers a whole line of sustainable materials, which I absolutely love. It's also available in a side chair version, but with the help of Rove Concepts AR 3D planner, I knew that the armchair was going to fit perfectly around my Austin table, exactly like how I imagined. I specified the Aubrey armchair in Trento taupe vegan leather. So it's a sustainable material, it's not real leather, and I've spoken to you about vegan leather before. You have to be wary about vegan leather, faux leather. It's virtually just a vinyl. But if you spend a little bit more on the quality of this vegan leather, it's going to hold up a whole lot better than those inexpensive versions that you'll find online for less than $100. So you absolutely have to be careful with the type of vegan leather that you choose. The armchairs are so well crafted. I'm sitting on it right now. I mean, it just feels like a nice warm hug. You can literally sit at this dining table for hours on end. We've already hosted a few events here, and all of my guests say that this is the most comfortable dining chair that they've ever sat in. That is a huge testament to the quality and craftsmanship of these dining chairs. If you're looking to make over your entire dining room on a budget, just remember my top designer's tip. You can skimp on the dining table since all you really need is a sturdy surface tabletop, but you definitely should splurge on the dining chairs. You sit in it for long periods of time. This is something that you use every single day. It needs to be solid enough to support you, comfortable enough for you to sit hours on end, and light enough so you'll be able to move it around if you need to. Now that we have the hero pieces in place, my brand new dining table, my 6 new chairs, let's talk about the rest of the design. I repurposed everything else that you see in this space. In lieu of dining chairs, I have a dining sofa. This sofa wasn't specifically made for the dining room. I found this amazing sofa on consignment. It originally had this floral black and white tapestry pattern. This is the original upholstery, and I really wanted to put my stamp on it. I found this other velvet fabric that I fell in love with. It's a cotton velvet fabric with a contrasting floral in black, brown, and gold. I really love to mix patterns, mix colors, and put my own personal stamp on it. So I knew that the first thing that I was going to do was send this sofa off to my upholsterer to have him pull out the original upholstery seat and mix it in with my brand new fabric. What I got is a semi-custom, one-of-a-kind, upcycled piece that really speaks to my personal aesthetic. Once I got the brand new dining table and the chairs in place, I really toyed around with reupholstering this entire sofa in a solid color. I was messing around with rust tones, mustard tones, and ultimately I felt like the dining room really needed that pattern, that color, that contrast, especially in such a neutral space, so I kept it. You might remember from my feng shui videos that having a mirror in your dining room promotes wealth, abundance, and prosperity. If you install a really huge mirror opposite your dining table on the main focal wall, the principle behind it is that you're doubling everything on the dining table. You're doubling up on the food, the guests, the happiness. I knew that I wanted to switch out my previous mirror and these vintage wall sconces because I just wanted a new look. I wanted less brass, less gold. I wanted the space to feel really natural and really organic. I repurposed this vintage mirror that I had sitting in my hallway, and I removed all of the corner ornamentation. It took a little bit of work, but I was able to pry it out, bond the mirror onto its wood backing, support it, and reinstall it onto the wall. A key designer's tip is to always shop your home first. You might be surprised by all of the treasures that you unearth right in your space. This mirror was living right in my hallway, and I've had it for over 15 years. It was one of those amazing flea market finds that I would never part with. And now that I have removed some of the decorative trimming, it looks like a brand new mirror, and I'm loving it. Let's talk about these bookshelves. These bookshelves are not new. They've been sitting here since we've purchased the house, but I have given them a little bit more love. Originally, I purchased these bookshelves off of Craigslist. This was another amazing Craigslist find. I want to say I got 2 of these bookshelves for like $60. It was a complete steal. Originally, it was an espresso color. You know that really cheap espresso kind of veneer that they slap onto IKEA bookshelves? It's not the most luxurious thing, but it's functional. I live in a mid-century modern ranch-style home, and if you have a home that was kind of built in the 50s and 60s, you will know that storage is a really huge issue. The entire house lacks storage. So I knew that every single piece of furniture that I was going to bring into the home had to, number one, make use of all of that vertical wall space, and number two, house everything else I need because I don't have any storage cabinets, I don't have any shelves, I don't have any built-ins. Every piece of furniture really needed to serve double and triple duty. Instead of just the plain old cheap espresso laminate, I upholstered the entire bookcase. I found this really inexpensive vinyl that I purchased at my local fabric warehouse. And at first, when I upholstered the entire bookshelf, I had no idea what I was doing. I was kind of just cutting remnant pieces, gluing it on, not really putting a lot of love into the piece. But now that I know these bookshelves are here to stay, I'm really taking the time to do a better job at this DIY project. When it comes to styling multiple bookshelves in a small space, less really is more. Think about the function of your bookshelf or your cabinet and what it needs to house. Since these symmetrical bookshelves are housed in my dining area in an open concept space, I need to be able to use everything that's stored on this bookshelf for multiple areas. My left bookcase is adjacent to the kitchen. I knew that I needed a makeshift bar, so I created one using the upper two shelves. These shelves are high enough to be out of my toddler's reach, but they're low enough for me to be able to access a shelf and make a cocktail on any moment's notice. The bottom two shelves are really just utility shelves. I love to source really huge storage baskets so I can hide all of my junk in plain sight. One basket stores all of my bar backstock. The other one actually hides all of my fabric samples that I use for client projects. Like I said, this dining room needs to be multifunctional. I work out of the dining room as well. I know all of the little pieces that I need to make this space function for me. The opposite bookshelf is adjacent to my lounge and my backyard. So it's not uncommon for you to see throw pillows in there, throw blankets in there. I want to be able to kind of pull something out, go cozy up on my lounge sofa, or even bring it out to my backyard when I'm hosting an event and it gets chilly at night. There is no rule that says your bookshelves and your bookcases have to house only really beautiful items, really decorative items. Do what you want. It is your home. But my key designer's tip is for you to be able to organize your items and store them in a very stylish way. I cycle out indoor plants on these shelves. I have some of my favorite candelabras and my candle hurricanes that I use when I entertain. If you're wondering what all of these boxes are for, I think some of you fur parents are familiar with it. These boxes actually hold the ashes of my deceased babies. I have rescued, cared for, and loved so many little babies in my life, all of my dogs, and these are their deceased ashes. Now, do I believe that it's common practice to have your dead dog's ashes right in your dining room? Probably not, but if you know me personally, you'll know that my dogs were and are such a huge part of my life. I mean, so huge that I actually had their names tattooed on my wrists. So if you ever wonder what this tattoo means, these are the names of all of my deceased dogs. So I have their ashes in the dining room because I feel like that's where all the action is. You know, I kind of really want them to be a part of the family still. And I think that the more that you're able to decorate with not only beautiful items, stylish items, but very sentimental ones, that is how you're going to inject a little piece of you and your family in your home. The final little detail of this dining room makeover is the chandelier. Now let's talk about the single lighting piece in my dining room. My dining room ceiling is super low. I want to say it's just a little bit over 7 feet, which is very low. That's 84 inches for me to mess around with a light fixture. Now, is this my dream light fixture? It's not. It's actually the pendant that I already had in place for my previous dining room design. I was really scouring all of my favorite auction sites, all of my favorite vintage sites, flea markets. I've been shopping for a brand new light fixture for a very long time. I have not found the perfect one. So for me, I am perfectly fine with having a filler piece in place. A filler piece of furniture simply means you have a furniture piece or a decorative item in place that you are planning to replace. A filler piece is really great as a stand-in option for a variety of reasons. Number one, it's functional. I already have a light fixture in place. It's doing its job. It's lighting my tabletop. Number two, it doesn't make me desperate. Because I already have a light fixture here, I really can take my time to curate and source the perfect light fixture to replace it. And number three, it really helps me to determine scale. I want to replace this light fixture because it hangs just a little bit lower than I like. My dream light fixture is just going to be a little bit wider than this current fixture and is going to hang a little bit higher above the table. So the next time you're shopping for a brand new item to replace something you currently have, think about how the current piece works in your space and what you would like to change. We are ending this video by giving you a sneak peek into my primary bedroom makeover. It's all made possible by Rove Concepts Ophelia Bed. I have been looking for a brand new bed to suit a variety of needs. I am a parent who co-sleeps. Kamari currently sleeps with me in my primary bedroom, and my husband actually sleeps with the baby in the girls' bedroom. So what I wanted for a brand new bed was something that was lower to the ground. I wanted my toddler to be able to hop onto the bed and jump off without having to kind of climb up on it, and my previous bed was just a little bit too high. This Ophelia platform bed is just absolutely stunning. It's such a beautiful, cozy platform bed, and in person, it's so sturdy, it's so luxurious. Everything from the smooth velvety upholstery to the plush cushioning to the rounded edges of this Ophelia bed just scream opulence and elegance. It's modern, it's contemporary, it's sleek, it's minimal, it's fully upholstered, and it has this really cool wraparound tuck. I specified this Ophelia bed in a modern felt fabric, and it is so buttery soft. I love that the fabric wrapped base and skirt makes my room look so polished every time I make the bed. Bonus points for not having to vacuum underneath the bed, which is really huge, especially when you have kids and pets. Now that I have this brand new bed in place, I am so ready to make over my entire primary bedroom. You might remember from my previous bedroom that my walls used to be this dark espresso kind of chocolate color. It was just so cozy. I love dark walls, but I actually had everything painted white right before we had Kamari because I just wanted something brighter, especially since I was nursing on the daily and she was going to be sleeping with us. I wanted something bright, open, airy with the intention of painting over it when she got a little bit older. But of course, as life happens, all of a sudden I'm pregnant again, I have another baby, and we never got around to painting those white walls. Now that I have this brand new bed in place, I am so ready for this primary bedroom makeover. I'm toying with some new colors. I'm really feeling greens right now. It feels like a breath of fresh air. It has really restorative qualities, and that is something that I am desperately looking for in my life right now. My hero piece, the Ophelia bed, is going to be the main star of the show. So all of the colors, the finishes that I'm going to style into this space is going to be designed around this bed. Make sure you stay tuned to see how all of that develops. That's it for today's dining room makeover video. What do you think of my brand new dining space? Are you just as obsessed as I am? I cannot wait to host more events in here, get all of my friends and family over. I've already thrown a few parties here, but I can't wait to throw a few more. Thank you again to Rove Concepts for sponsoring today's video. I'll be sure to link all of the furniture pieces from Rove Concepts in the description box below so you know all of the colors, the finishes, and the materials that I specified. If you like this type of video and you want to see more of my home and more future makeovers, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know what is your favorite design detail from today's makeover. Is it the table? Is it the chairs? Is it my storage solutions? Share this video with anyone you know who's looking to refresh their dining room space, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click that little notification bell to be notified of new videos that we drop every single Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.